Hi, best friends. Welcome to a new and improved version of the wrap-up show, which is basically just kind of wrapping up what Elisa has been up to in the week. And no better person to help me do this than the man, the myth, the legend, LeafKing. Thank you so much, Leaf, for not only doing this, but for pushing me to do this because it's so great of you, and I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome, my friend. How are you? How's the new job?
I'm good. I've been busier than usual because I did start a new job, and it's like I'm using a different part of my brain, so like it's fun. I like it, but it's taking some getting used to, and it's tiring. But I'm loving the fact that I'm able to work again. Because for those of you that don't know, I was pretty sick for quite a long time, and I was unable to actually like physically work. If you guys hear squeaky toys, my cat is mad that I'm streaming, so he's playing with squeaky toys. But yeah, the work has been actually really refreshing and great to get back out there and be a human again.
Yeah, I bet. Your mic looks good and it sounds good too.
Thank you. Yeah, I finally upgraded right before we went off the air for weeks. Everybody is shouting you out because everybody's like, whoa, Leaf, actually Leaf? Wow. So this is exciting for everybody. I know that there will be a couple other people joining us later, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through some clips that Elisa has, and Leaf already has it all kind of thought out perfectly because he's a super producer. And so I just kind of want to give it over to Leaf and let him kind of run the show.
All right. Okay, so after Carmen and Friends last week, Elisa streamed with Moss at the Hollywood Christmas Parade on Hollywood Boulevard. They also met with Randy, Elisa's former boss from her gold job, which was surprising. But throughout the stream, Moss got very upset with Elisa's phone calls to the point where he would forcibly hang up Elisa's phone on people. This led to Weezy calling in to confront him a few times. So I'm gonna play a little clip here. These clips are only like 2 minutes long.
Okay,
we're not drunken peasants.
And Elisa's probably pissed already. No, but they are clips of her. But yeah, just if you feel like stopping it while playing it, just you have full control of all that.
Yeah. Can I just talk to her just for a second?
Take it off speaker and talk to her.
Oh, okay.
Take it off speaker, not in chat.
Nobody wants your ass.
Take it off speaker, I'm hanging up.
Okay. Is this Egypt?
That's where I draw the line.
And I'm going to send $3. There was about 5 minutes or 2 right.
We told them to call 911 to get a therapist. We're not licensed therapists. We're not social workers.
People out in the world, not yourself, good and right.
See? This is the shit that happens. You're like, hey.
So you don't like that? You don't like that part of it? That was Egypt Beauty. She's like a really
She
big
sounds like a wonderful person.
She's
really.
a really big streamer.
That's great. That's yeah.
Right,
Egypt Beauty.
Egypt Beauty, if you're watching. Okay, here's Weezy. Hey, Weezy.
Hi. What gives Moss the right to think that he can actually touch your phone when you're trying to talk to people? He can't do that.
I didn't until he got rude. I didn't until he called me douchebag.
Dude, this is her phone. It's not your phone. That's like a total breach of like everything.
Okay, and again, Lisa can fire me anytime she wants. I'm her guest, and she can fire me anytime she wants.
We all love Elisa very much.
Okay.
Watching you
Then talk to her and don't mention me. That's fine.
It's hard to do.
I'm her guest, and she can fire me anytime she wants.
Well, don't touch her stuff. You're looking very douchey and controlling.
Again, you want me to do it to you in 2 seconds?
She wanted to talk to. That's her phone.
Thank you.
If she wants to talk on her phone and you don't like it, you can walk away.
I know.
You
Or
don't
she
need
can
to
fire
touch
me.
her stuff.
Hang up on you in 2 seconds.
No, you're not. You're not going to hang up.
Lisa, can you take this off
Because
speaker,
Lisa's
please?
not gonna be
Please don't
happy.
get me upset. Please.
I'm not out of
Are you
line.
really upset?
Yeah, just stop.
You're
I don't-
upset? He's
yeah.
Her
upset.
phone.
And he did not hang up on Weezy, by the way.
That was very sweet of her. Yeah, I felt compelled. I usually don't call Lisa because like I get to be such a big part of the other show that I don't want to like try to make it seem like I'm just trying to hog time or anything. And so when she's live streaming, I never really I fight my urge to call a lot of the time, but I could not help it when I saw him touch her phone and stop her from streaming or try to stop her from streaming and hang up on people. I just felt like it was a total like overreach of like some kind of power trip.
Yeah, I feel you on there. But I think the reason why it didn't make me mad was because I know if Elisa tried to stop him from hanging up the phone, he wouldn't have forced himself on her. He wouldn't have snatched it from her.
Yeah.
Like she was kind of letting him do it.
Great point.
So I think that's
Hi,
why it
Suzy
didn't really
Q.
bother me. I thought it was funny.
We have somebody backstage that I'm going to bring up who is mad at me. And
Okay.
so, but my goal is to bring him up and talk about the clips so that we
Yes.
do not have to make it.
I think he'll.
Wheezy
I think
show.
he'll be good.
Okay.
Welcome, Wolfie.
All right. I'll talk about the clips.
Okay, what do you think about that clip, Wolfie? Did you see it?
No.
Oh, you're already off to a bad
Sorry.
start, Wolfie. You rascal.
Yeah. I mean,
Have
I
you seen
saw
any of
like a glance.
Wolfie?
Huh?
Have you seen any of Moss? That guy Moss. Have you watched him at all?
I did see. Yeah, I've seen him on like when she was in Florida the first time. That's when she first met him, right?
No, you're confusing him with someone else.
Oh,
No. Moss is somebody that was on Captain Content's RV months ago
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Moss is a friend of Andy Dix, and that's how they originally met. He saw Andy on
Oh.
Captain's RV, so he started going on there, and then eventually he was
Oh.
introduced to Elisa.
I thought he was that guy who flipped out on her.
No,
No,
that
that
was
was Rob.
Rob.
We're going to talk about Rob later.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that was Rob. You can do it, Wolfie. You can do it.
Yeah, I can watch. I can pay attention.
So, Wolfie, I am not an anti-wolfitarian, as you put it earlier, just so that you know. But
Okay.
calling somebody a simp isn't usually like that big of a diss. People call me a simp every single day for Elisa. They say
I
I'm
don't
a
think
simp
it's a diss.
every
I think
day.
it's you know, it's juvenile.
No, it's not juvenile. It is sometimes
I
very
think it's
necessary.
juvenile.
As George Masvidal would say, Jorge, it's super necessary.
So you're
he
saying
shouldn't
I'm a tall, dark simp?
Yes, you are. He shouldn't have touched the phone. However, playing the stuff
Are
with the
you a
N-word.
T-Bob simp?
Please let me just finish reading this real quick. Thank you.
Here we go.
He shouldn't have
Okay,
touched
go
the
ahead.
phone. However, playing the stuff with the N-word being blasted in a private restaurant is douchey equally. I don't know.
Well, Elisa can control what other people are saying.
Right.
In Egypt Beauty, I mean, I guess she's African American, so
That
she
was
could get
gonna
away
be
with
my
saying
point.
N-word.
That was going to be my point. It's not like Elisa's saying the N-word. Now, if she was
Yeah.
saying the N-word, that would be
Leaf.
douchey. Maybe
Leaf,
even like
you
crossing.
like tall, dark. Would you say
Wolfie.
me being his
Wolfie,
friend
Wolfie.
means
Don't-
I'm a simp?
Wolfie,
I
do
gotta
not
squash this beef, dude.
do not interrupt me to change the subject. It's not the flow that we're looking for, Wolfie.
Interrupting you.
Okay,
Yeah,
to answer
we're
his
not gonna
question
do
though,
that.
if I defended tall, dark, and Weezy called me a tall, dark simp, it wouldn't have bothered me at all.
Thank you.
Yeah. But
Whenever
I
you
mean, it's
stand
kinda
up for
weird.
someone, people
I
are
knew
going to
this was going
attack
to
you.
happen. Wolfie wants to make it about a Wheezy and Wolfie show. This is not the Wheezy and Wolfie show.
I
All
think
right.
he
We
really
won't
wants to
be
be
having a
friend.
Wheezy and
Lisa,
Wolfie show.
I'm sorry, Weezy.
Thank you. You have a very what is it? You have a spirit that's sometimes untamable, and I like that about you. I like that about
Oh,
you.
that sounds cool.
But we want to be able to play these clips
That
and react to
reminds me of
them.
that guy
And
Willow from the movie Willow. Warwick Davis.
Leaf, save us.
He had
here.
a
All right.
spirit that could not be. All right, go ahead.
All right. On Monday, Lisa appeared on the Kevin Brennan podcast. She was questioned about her relationship with Andy Dick, scolded for her responses to the swatting accusations a Toad made against her, and abruptly left when things couldn't get resolved between her and Bob Levy. So we're gonna play a little clip from that.
I love this too, by the way. I did watch this. Go ahead,
This was
Weezy.
actually
Give
really
us
good.
give us something to give us like something nice to think about, like
All right.
the
Yeah.
universe provides something corny like Gino Bisconti would do.
All right, let me think of a good plug. 1 second.
I love how relaxed she looks right there. She's the
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah, she was very funny.
Just
on this.
don't you have like a Venmo or anything?
All right, my plug is this. Always know your worth. So the people that are watching right now, you know when something's for you, right? If you're excited to do it, if you can't wait to get up in the morning and collaborate with people, if you do work for the thing that you're working on, like if you prepare, if you do some research, if you build something, put some effort into it and make sure that it's great because you want to provide value for your audience. If you don't do that, if you're just like calling it in, you're hurting your audience. You're not providing value and you're not giving anything to the world. So I want everybody that's watching this today to learn a very valuable lesson, which is this. Love what you do so much that you cannot wait to work on it. You cannot wait to research the next guest. You cannot wait to connect with people and make their lives better. The more focusing on swatting and bullshit tweets and who's defending this person and that person and this name and that name, it's all bullshit. Do what you love. Everything else is bullshit. And I'll see you on my YouTube channel, Elisa Jordana.
Mic drop. That was perfect.
Yeah, I loved it.
That show really bothered me because it basically, to me, it felt like there was 3 people picking on Elisa, and she was only put on that show to basically be, because of the swatting situation. Kevin didn't do any background on Elisa.
He didn't know anything about her. He didn't know it. They booked her the night before, so
But
it was
Elisa,
like a one-day booking when you should book a week ahead of time. I'm sorry, Wolfie.
She doesn't do research either herself.
Oh, I promise you she does. And I do too on her behalf a lot of the times.
Have you ever seen Elisa?
Oh, I know you do, Leaf.
Wolfie,
no, but she does
seen
too. I promise. Like if I get her an author, and I send her the book, she'll read the book. She'll skim through it at the very least. But she'll read a full book within a few days.
Well, I mean, it's like, and like Kevin Brennan, I think he's funny. Like he's been around a long time.
Well,
like
I'm honestly not familiar with him. I guess the only thing I learned about him from the show was his brother created the Dave Chappelle show.
Right. But I know he's like a stand-up comic. He's been on Letterman. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But
the thing
he's a terrible podcast host. He's probably a great comedian. He's a terrible podcast host.
The thing that struck me was that they only had her on there from her because of the whole swatting controversy. Right. And then they made her the enemy immediately. It's like they didn't even really give her a chance. Kevin was like,
oh, that was bullshit. Yeah, you're right.
Well, and Bob Levy has been manipulated into thinking that Botter said directly in front of Elisa, yeah, I swatted him. When that never happened, like those screenshots, not like Elisa was in the Discord when he said that.
Not only that, like this is what bugs me. Let me please stop interrupting, Wolfie. Wolfie, please just wait until other people are stop talking before you start talking. This is what you do. I can't handle it. When Botter says something like that, that is not an admission. Like anybody could say sarcastically, okay, I swatted them. Now you're going to use that as gospel now. And you're going to say, oh, well, look, Botter, like you have to use context. Whatever you might think about Botter, when he said that he swatted him, he was being facetious, at least what I saw.
Facetious. I don't think about Botter, but I do remember that 3 hours before Bob Levy got swatted, Botter said, everyone, look forward to Bob Levy's cast tonight.
Yeah, so that's what made him look so guilty in my eyes. Not that post, not the I did it post. Yeah,
absolutely.
And 100%. They never. I don't even think still to have seen the post.
They didn't see that one. That's not the one that makes them look guilty. They did not utilize.
Exactly. That's so stupid.
They used the one that didn't make him look guilty because he was being facetious, and they're like, "There's your proof." And then when I called in to the toe guys, he was doubling down on that, and he was basically saying, "Well," he was screaming at me, saying, well, obviously you didn't see what he typed. And I was like, I did see what he typed, and it was fucking bullshit. Like it was in context. He was being like, okay, I'm the swatter. That's the feel that it was. You know?
False confessions are overturned every day in courts. It's just,
and the whole thing with the swatting, I think, like the scariest one was Fireman John, right?
Yeah.
Like when he got swatted, that, like they had the spotlight out, they were like, hands on your head, and guns drawn. But all the other ones are like welfare checks.
There's only
it's
two
like
on
pranks.
film.
It's like pranking somebody.
Yeah, I think it depends on where you live.
But
like
also,
if it happened to Elisa when she was in Los Angeles, it probably would have been a lot worse. But since she was in a small town in South Carolina, just one little cop showed up, thank God, and nothing happened.
And the thing is, all the people who've gotten swatted, they're the ones with their full names out there.
Yeah.
So
also what Elisa said, how basically Elisa said, swatting's not that bad. A guy came over, he's checked on me, and then he left.
Yeah.
People took that as her saying that like swatting's not dangerous or anything. That's not what she said. She
No.
said that her experience. She said that her experience with swatting wasn't that bad. That's not to say, wow, thank you so much, J Prime. That's not to say that swatting is good. And people don't really give Elisa the benefit of the doubt when she's trying to make something bad funny. They just immediately take her words as like, okay, there's proof she's the swatter. And like people that talk like this and say that she's responsible, it's like you don't even know who she is. You only know of her because of people that don't know what they're talking about saying that she has anything to do with it. If you have people in your community that are rascals, that doesn't make you King Rascal. That just makes people in your community a rascal. So it doesn't, it's like fucking, I'm sure there's lots of horrible people in everybody's community, but that's not their people's fault. That's not the fault of whoever's community it is. It's
exactly.
ridiculous.
And there's over 1,000 people in there. So imagine some of the people who don't say anything, they could be the worst people in the world for all we know.
Exactly. And I think that when people came around that had a really bad reputation, others utilized that opportunity to say, hey, if I do something bad, it's going to be blamed on the person that has a bad reputation. So I have a free ride. I really, really think that that's what happened. Hi, Justin. Shout out to Justin.
And I also think it's a niche community, You know, it's like sort of an interesting community. And with the IRLs, you know, she's bringing in, you know.
I would venture to say the IRL people didn't swat her. That's what I.
Oh no, I wasn't saying that.
Yeah.
But,
and the community is growing. She's growing it every day. Every day is growing, and I'm seeing other channels grow a little bit every day as well.
Sure. For sure.
If you pay attention to her numbers and her views, they've skyrocketed. The IRL for her
it's awesome.
is such.
I'm very happy for her.
Me too. I'm very happy for her. The IRL thing, and I'm sad for the format that I prefer because I prefer her show. I think she's a brilliant interviewer. I like it when she's sitting down and she's interviewing people. I'm sad for that because I know that Kermit and Friends is gone for a while, probably just temporarily, but I'm very happy for her that she could express herself through the IRL stuff because she's a natural at it. Her going around to people, she's disarming to people. Even if they don't like her right away, they're going to like her right afterwards. She's only had a couple, and I'm sure we'll see some, like a couple of situations where people were just, you know, not feeling it. And even then it seems like she wins everybody over. She's got a very unique personality that enables her to get away with doing the IRL that other people really couldn't get away with.
Yeah, and plus you could tell she's having so much fun. You know, when she's sitting there interviewing someone, that's like an actual job. Like she's not getting paid anything to do it. It's just a passion. But with the IRL, it's really fun for her, and you can tell she's having a blast.
She is having a blast. I mean, I've never seen her dance on the Kermit and Friends show. I think I'm hearing an echo. It might be. Wolfie, do you have headphones maybe?
I actually don't.
Okay.
Why is the noise bad?
I just hear a little bit of an echo. But yeah, like the IRL is something that's going to be getting her more views and more follows, and we've already seen that happen immediately.
Yeah, and it's like what I always said about Kermit and Friends. All it takes is one person seeing it, the right person to see it and see something special, and then all of a sudden her life can change, and that's what I'm hoping will happen.
I can't see Monique typing anymore, but I do see people replying to her. Wow, thank you so much, J Prime. You're the best.
I agree, Leaf. Like
J Prime's awesome.
Yeah,
he's really great. I love him.
Kermit and Friends, like I became a fan because she's so funny, and it's such a unique niche show that
And there's so many little connections like between Howard Stern, the music, Cobra Starship.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she's been in reality TV, and now she's connected with this IP2 community, and she's going to be meeting other communities. It's just going to grow and grow. And it's not going to be a niche for much longer, I don't think.
Yeah, I really think that she's going to have the situation where people are going to start emulating what she's doing and trying to be like her. That's what I predict.
And that's what she wants to. I mean, every time she goes on stream, you see her trying to teach people how to do it. And she's so gracious about it and really encourages them. And you just got to pray, you know, it does work to where she could actually make it her full-time thing where she doesn't have to get another job. And,
right.
You know, that's what I
Aw.
want for her.
Thank you, Elisa. And she's been so overly supportive of me, which I appreciate more than I can ever explain. As you have, Leaf, and I really just appreciate you guys so much. This is my community. I love you guys. And being here sometimes is a fucking pain in the ass because when you have a spotlight on you, people love to get your attention.
Yeah.
But I love it. And it's
especially Wheezy's attention.
and when I can't be around, I miss it because it's like, oh, even the bad stuff is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to move on to
I
this
do
clip?
love you guys. I mean, you guys are the best.
Yeah, we love you too, Wolfie.
We love you too, Wolfie, even if you think we don't.
Well, I know you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. Stop it.
No, you're an anti-wolfitarian.
That's a vicious rumor, and I will not have any part of it.
Well, you're an anti-dark-itarian.
Hi, Connor. Again, this is not about that.
Tall,
This
dark
is-
Itarian.
This is about fun stuff, Woofy. This is fun stuff only.
Who?
This
All right.
this is not about tall dark. This, as much as you'd like to make it about it, it's not. So, sorry. But yeah, let's go to the next clip.
All right, so on Tuesday, Lisa went back down to
All right.
stream on Hollywood Boulevard, this time with Billy John. They made a mother and daughter duo and threw a little concert of Christina Aguilera and Backstreet Boys songs.
Awesome.
And so this girl she's singing with, you know, she has Down syndrome, and they really bonded, and it was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah, it was cute.
Oh, God. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cute. You can see it. She's even getting hate for that. Imagine hating on Elisa for singing with somebody. That's
she made that girl's day that day.
Exactly. And like people like this, you're the problem. You pointing out that somebody else is the problem for making that person feel normal for fucking 10 minutes. You're the problem, not
Or
her.
feeling just
Elisa
happy
just tried to
for
make
10
her feel
minutes.
like she was just like everybody else.
And that overweight mama was like a real actress who's done some impressive stuff.
Yeah. I mean, your
Oh,
hate
cool.
is just permeating off of you, and you just want us to be upset too. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
But how about the feeling of just feeling happy for, however long that was? You know what
Yeah, I
mean?
agree. That was very special. That kind of stuff is touching, and people trying to turn it into something it's not. That's like them projecting about how fucking hateful they are and how upset they are. So, Monica, you're about 2 dumb messages from being blocked forever. Thank you.
And we see, can I just say, I'm sorry, Leaf.
No, you
But,
go ahead.
as Lars von Trier would say, take the good with the evil.
There you go.
But
I'm
those
watching The
people like
Kingdom.
that are very rare, I think.
You know,
Like you can see the spammers in her chat. Like it's just 3 people just spamming the same stuff.
Yeah.
But there are
Yeah.
hundreds other being positive and
Exactly.
encouraging and sweet.
The mean ones are always the loudest, and they get the most attention. It's like the squeaky wheel. But yeah, that was really good. Bio's always flirting with me.
Yeah, he's a horny guy.
He is horny. I think he might
Yeah.
have a crush on me.
I told Elaine T-Bob was drinking a milkshake, and she goes, "What's in it?" I was like, "What? What's that mean?"
Susan
That's
M.
weird.
And that again, like
It's like ice
you're
cream.
just miserable. That's why you said that. She doesn't prey on anybody. She gives everybody a voice, and that's what's so great. Wolfie, you have the loudest
that
microphone.
mother and daughter approached Elisa. She didn't approach them. Elisa was just sitting there with Billy John, and then she came, in her wheelchair, rolled up, and said hello. She saw the camera, and she said she's seen Elisa before.
Oh, that's so cute. I missed that
So-
stream. I had just seen like clips of it, but
I enjoyed when Elisa was singing Madonna yesterday.
hi, Bruce Davis.
Yeah,
Like
she
a
kills
virgin?
she kills Madonna every time. That's her favorite, I think.
Yeah, Madonna's the shit. But
Well, she used to be. She's a big weirdo these days.
I like her. I think she's cool.
This is a good point. Can't blame Monique for being angry. If anyone has watched a Captain stream, they will start to turn angry and hateful. Perhaps that's it. Maybe they've had too much negativity and they just want to project that. I know this is exciting, right, Buffy? Leaf is a great broadcaster. I wish he would.
It's so
broadcast
exciting.
every
Leaf
day.
is on here.
I know he's the best. He's only been on one other wrap-up show, and then I got to interview him a long time ago, and that was fun.
Leaf is the fucking tits.
I agree. Leaf, you are the tits.
All right.
Susan says she's sticking up for the protected class. It doesn't seem like that, Susan. It seems like you're just being a hater, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. So also on Tuesday, after vowing to never appear on any more podcasts, Elisa actually joined the Drunken Peasants anyway. The interview didn't amount to much as they just played videos of this Joe guy sexually assaulting goat cheese.
Mm-hmm.
When Elisa didn't seem very much into the restreaming of videos, she found a way to escape by bringing goat cheese and Billy John so they could fight each other. So I have a little clip.
That appearance blew my mind for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
But I'll wait until after this clip to play it or to talk about it.
Hold on. We have to reconfigure.
I'm not like
There we go. There we go.
I want to get out of here. I like you, Goo. That's
You're
all
on the air, Elisa.
Oh, I
That
am
was
sorry.
so funny.
Jesus. Hot mic. Hot
Oh my
mic.
god,
I'm sorry.
You've been killing it, bitch. You've been killing it IRL. Like, you're doing consistent and you're
Jeez.
fucking funny as shit.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. I'm just laughing right now because I thought it was just me and her because I just saw her.
No, we
Yeah,
heard
I
you.
know. I'm confused.
Don't worry.
I never used this before.
We're not offended.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
This is like boomer shit. You still use Skype?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're boomers.
Alright.
So yeah, that.
Elisa's so happy when she sees Gucci's.
I have to say that her not knowing she was taught on air still telling Goo she likes Goo, but not sure. I want to defend those guys. I want to defend because I know it was not a great appearance because it was real weird energy. But I love the Drunken Peasants, and when they usually have Elisa on, it goes great. But the fucking other element added of that Joe guy being extremely questionable with his weird energy, that's what made it uncomfortable to watch. And I've seen Elisa do a million things. It was uncomfortable to see a guy that was seemingly full peacock feathers, just like shaking, just to be like, please let me try anything to get this woman's attention. And it was like hard to watch. He's like, hey, maybe a rape will impress her. I'm going to talk about rape a bunch. And it's like, bro, that is not how
Yeah, I
you
think
do
that's
it.
his whole gimmick.
I didn't
You-
get
Like,
that
from the clips he
There's a-
posted in our Discord.
There's a
It's-
difference between being edgy and
Yeah.
trying really hard to be edgy. Like if you're trying so hard to be edgy, it doesn't work. If you're just naturally like pushing the envelope a little bit, that'll work. But trying so hard that it's completely obvious to everybody that's watching what you're doing, I get secondhand embarrassment when I see that.
Yeah, and when I first saw he was going to be on, I thought he was the same guy who would trash Elise in the past on Drunken Peasants. Like, but I'm not sure if it was the same guy. But as soon as the show started, he was very high praising of her and being very nice. But then as the show gradually went on, like he would make these little shitty comments and like really dump on her. He really tried to turn goat cheese against her at the end. So like, and ever since then he's been nice to her. So I can't really tell if he's just trying to get on her stream to do his little rapey thing, or
I don't know.
if he's like a genuine fan of her sense of humor.
I think he's a fan of hers, and that he was using him being on with the Drunken Peasants as like an avenue to be like, hey, look how special and cool I am. You want to know how edgy I am? I do rape jokes. And he wanted to impress her by doing that. But if you could read the room for a second, you would see that Elisa was completely off-put every advance that he was doing. And I don't think that she thought he was like dangerous or anything. Maybe she did. But him trying so hard to be dangerous seems to be like she didn't really super appreciate that.
That kind of humor isn't her cup of tea. You know, she likes Moss like humor. You know, who gets either they get upset or if they're very playful and dancing around and stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, Ben and Billy, they're fun. And I've been on that show a couple times to fight T-Bob, funny enough.
Yeah.
And they were super cool and super nice. And they don't seem to me like they're mean-spirited. They seem like they will have fun, but there's no like negative hate there happening. Not that Joe guy was mean-spirited, but he was like vibrating in a different frequency than I think they were. And it was kind of rough to watch. And I wanted that to be a beautiful appearance for Elisa because she had gone through so many shitty podcasts that same week that I was like, fuck, it didn't work out as well as I wanted it to.
And I could tell, I think Ben specifically, he was really offended that Elisa didn't like the videos.
The clips.
Yeah. Because that, like, he tried to push this narrative that Elisa was only hired as a writer because Benji did the whole Perez Hilton figure.
Oh my God, I missed that.
Right,
I heard that part.
I heard
that.
Man.
Yeah, when that's not true. And when she called in and tell me it wasn't true, you know, he's like, "Oh no, it's true, it's true," and it's really not. She was writing before then. And
when I heard her call, that's the first time I actually learned. That's the first time I learned that was a complete bit. When I heard it on the radio, Benji getting fingered, I thought that was real.
I really think did. that part of it was real. He really did get the finger up the butt. But it wasn't to get Elisa a job. That's how they set
that's
it
the
up.
bit.
That was
Elisa wrote the skit.
She wrote the bit. It was her idea.
Yeah.
So anyone who enjoyed, I mean, that's Elisa's comedy right there.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, that's what I loved. That was so funny.
Classic bit.
Hearing Benji scream like a, I don't even know what he was screaming like. That stuck in my brain. I had to turn the radio off because of it. I was like, oh my God, it sounds crazy. But yeah, that
and having him show up in studio with black eyeliner and a wig and shit, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So
wow.
do
you guys so much, Buffy?
Do you guys want to see Elisa do more podcasts, or should she just stick to IRL for now?
I think she's got to keep doing Kermit and Friends.
I really appreciate it, Buffy. I want her to do whatever she is happy doing. I know that she loves this IRL stuff, but she's such a great panelist and person. I mean, I know she doesn't like the Chrissy Mayer stuff. Like when she was on with them, it seemed like that's not her niche. She doesn't feel comfortable there, but she's so fucking good at that. Right. That's what I like seeing her on. I like seeing her on panels where she can interview or interact with people in a controlled operation, like controlled situation. The IRL stuff is awesome and I love it, and she's fucking great at it. But if I could pick one or the other, for her, I'd pick IRL because she's making money and she's getting more drop. But for me personally, if I was being selfish, I would just want to see her on panels and do stuff like that. So I want to see both. I want to see her still go on podcasts and stuff like that while doing the IRL. And
I want to see her freaking do Kermit and Friends and freaking master that shit, which she has. And
we have a special guest in the backstage.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Elaine, how are you? I cannot believe you're here.
Elaine.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Elaine.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I just got Leaf's message.
Does Elaine smoke weed? That's what I was wondering earlier.
No, I don't. I do not.
Oh, okay. Why not?
Why not? Because it makes me very paranoid.
Oh, okay. Like even edibles?
What?
Even edibles?
Oh, I've done edibles. Yeah, I like edibles once in a while to watch comedy.
Elaine, have you been watching so far?
No, I've been so busy Oh my God. I dismantled my
Me too.
little cousin Tristan's bedroom. It took me probably 4 hours to do because it was just so disorganized. I'm a neat freak. And I just got out of the shower and I'm sitting here. Good for me. Thank you. Yes, good for me. I am the best.
Elaine, I have some questions. I would like to do a little
Huh?
mini. I would like to do a little mini interview with you, if that's okay.
I would love that more than anything.
Okay, I'm hearing an echo, and I don't know who it is, but just be
Maybe-
cognizant of it.
Maybe it's me.
Tony is playing in the chat, pretending to be somebody from my life. That's very cute, Tony, but you're blocked forever. Thank you. Have a good day. Elaine, now this is what I wanted to do when we were in the voice chat when Bob was talking all over us and stuff. I just want to know, when you and Elisa have had tips online, basically on streaming, where you kind of pick the side of whoever she's arguing with or disagreeing with, where does that come from? Is that a in the moment thing, or is there some pent up animosity that gets to come out at that moment because you have somebody that's willing to have your back right then?
That's a good question. Basically, I think that ever since she got involved with IP2, I think I've already had this discussion with you, but I just feel I'm gonna have to go. I'm in with a 9-year-old, so I need to go in a different room because this discussion might get more adult, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so I just feel that there's a lot of crazy, horrible people in IP2. And I just want to steer Elisa away from those people, basically.
Now, that seems to me like that couldn't even possibly be the reason why you took Goku's side against her, or Dark Tony's side, or I can't even remember the other situations where basically the Goku one was the perfect one for me to see what was going on. And he was basically, if the viewer was watching, he was being out of line to Elisa, and you were taking his side and you were scolding Elisa on his behalf instead of having your friend's back. And to us, it looks like, hey, that's Elisa's friend. That's not Goku's friend. Why is she like so against Elisa on Goku's behalf instead of the opposite? That can't have anything to do with IP2, right?
Well, I understand your perspective. I really do. I didn't know Goku at all. He just, decided to hook up with us. It took him 2 hours to get there. And I kind of saw him as, I didn't know his background at all. I kind of saw him as an up and coming possible. I mean, I know that he has a TikTok, and I read him as wanting to be a positive person and grow his TikTok. And I did not want I was on the RV and heard all of the horrible like donations with filthy, horrible things that they were saying. I didn't want him to experience that. I was protecting him.
Well, what Elisa would tell you is that when you grow your audience, you're gonna get those negative Nancy's, and they're gonna attack you like that. It's just inevitable, whether it's IP2 or just if you go on ABC television and then look at your Twitter, you're gonna see a bunch of tweets of people insulting you. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, but I mean, I was protective over a younger person, I think, and I'm older. I'm 66, so
Wow.
I haven't really been involved with the internet, discords or listening to haters. I've been completely in my own world, basically. I don't engage with haters.
Right.
I'm just want to say something real quick. Wolfie, I'm only muting you because you have a ton of background noise. So just unmute yourself when you want to talk, but the background noise is really distracting. Elaine, yes, I can understand like kind of what you're saying.
Okay.
But the fact is that you've put yourself in around these streams knowing that that's what's happening, and for you to be completely comfortable with it until Goku wasn't, it looks real weird, because it looks to me like you were fine with it until Goku had a problem with it, and then you took Goku's side because that was a perfect opportunity for you to have backup against Elisa. Am I reading that wrong?
Yes, you are, because I've told Elisa that I don't like her engaging with the IP2 people, because I just feel like they are very, very harsh. There's a lot of danger, I think, in their world. You know, I mean, do you agree with that?
But the thing is, even if Elisa wanted to cut off the IP2 people, she can't. I mean, she can't force herself off the website. She can't keep those people from watching or calling in or donating. So they're there.
Mhm.
They're just there. There's nothing she could do about it. And just because she enjoys it, I don't think that makes her a bad person. I mean, she's
Yeah.
just trying to grow her audience.
Yeah, I understand that she wants to grow her audience, and she's had a lot of experience with you know, haters. But I just feel like there's this one guy that she's thinking about streaming with, that he got in a fight with Gucci's in the car, and he threatened to throw her phone out. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Are you talking about JFC?
Yeah.
Or
I think
SJC,
yeah,
SJC, I think.
yeah. And I just feel like when you align your life with those types of people who have no boundaries and will do anything for kicks, I think, you know, that's going to create more. I just think she's going to be affected in ways that she may not know how. I'm just trying to protect her.
Yeah,
basically.
I worry about her too, but you know, she's a grown woman, and we have to let her live her life the way and do her streams the way she wants to do them. And just if we're really her friend, we have to support her and encourage her. And
Right.
as long as she's not doing anything bad herself to people,
Yeah.
then I don't think we should judge her off of who she hangs around with or gives a chance.
Well, I'm
and
not judging. I'm just knowing that.
Yeah, I worry about it too, but
Yeah.
I just know how Elisa is. She's going to do whatever she wants to do. So
The more we say we're worried about it, the more likely
Yeah,
she is to stream
exactly.
with them. That's just
Exactly.
Elisa. It took me a while to realize that, but it's true. Like Elaine, you've
Yeah.
said in the morning of a show, when you don't want her to talk about something, Elaine, you've been in there being like, hey, Elisa, pay attention to this thing that I don't want you to talk about today. Please, all eyes on this thing that I don't want you to talk about today. That just encourages her to do exactly what you don't want her to do. That's just her nature. I'm kind of like that too, but I would let zombies up, but we're talking about basically everything that's been happening, and I don't think Zombie's been really paying attention. So
Who's Zombie?
he's just somebody that's asking to join. In the past, I've had him on panels and stuff, but this is kind of
he's
a different...
usually in Elisa's chat room. I see him
Is
around. But he's a hater sometimes too. So
Well,
I'll be
also
interested to hear his
that
opinion.
might not be the same zombies, and I'm not sharing my link openly anymore because of the stuff that's happened. So I just have to be careful with the links, and I'm not trying to be a jerk and keep anybody out or anything, but it's important to protect this because people have been horrible. I like zombies and I have always gotten along, but that might even be the fake one.
Right.
We need to add each other on Discord so that I can message him. Anyway, Elaine, the thing that I still haven't got to get to the bottom of though.
Okay.
Now, if me and you were hanging out, we're friends.
Yeah. I
And
feel
I'm
like only for my friends now, for sure.
And I'm having a tiff with a brand new stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you might disagree with me, are you going to take that stranger's side hard and combative against me? Or are you going to say, hey, he's kind of got a point? Because when these things happened, instead of being like, you know what, Elisa, I kind of see Goku's side. You were stern and strict, Team Goku against Elisa, saying things that to me were like, well, why didn't she say this when she was alone? If this bugs her so often, why is she using this as the opportunity to go? Because Elisa gets ganged up on by her friends. It happened with Rob when Barry took Rob's side and ganged up on her. It's happened with you, and it's like, how do you think she feels when she's introducing her friend to a stranger, and the stranger and the friend turn against her?
Yeah, I understand that. And she has, you know, she's a strong woman, and she knew exactly where she wanted to take her show or her stream. She knew that she just was ready to take him on, but he's so young. I just felt like
he was dressing like a superhero, so I thought he would have thick skin. Like, you walk around dressed like that, you're going to get a lot of positive reinforcement, but people are also going to make fun of you all the time.
Yeah.
So I was surprised how thin skin he was, but then I thought it was just because he was on Twitch and he was scared that he would get banned if someone said the N-word or anything like that.
I think that's
that was the real reason why he threw a fit.
Yeah.
100%. He wanted more the aesthetics of him being so, oh my God, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And if the cameras were off, he'd have been like, hey, enough is enough. But he had to like tell his like basically Twitch, hey, I'm totally not cool with this. But Elaine's heard it all before. Yeah. So when she jumped in with his shock, I'm like, wait a minute, Elaine, this is not your first rodeo. You've heard the bad TTSs. You've heard people be horrible. And you never had a problem with it until Goku pointed it out. And that's why I keep asking that. But I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think we should let it go now.
Yeah.
And move on to more fun things. I think
thank you, J Prime. J Prime's my biggest fan. I love this guy.
Oh.
All right, so I have one more clip we could play.
Okay.
And so on Thursday, Lisa streamed with Moss again, where they attended a Balenciaga protest.
Yeah.
And I actually think that last clip was Wheezy being a little bit of a contrarian.
Stop interrupting people, Wolfie.
His name's Wolfie. You should expect it. Woof woof.
Jeez Louise.
Sorry, got pressed by a protester.
Who else is here besides us four?
It's just us four.
Yeah, there are people watching in the chat. So
okay. All right. Where's Lisa?
She's watching. She may join us later.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
All right. So in this clip, she got pressed by a protester for dancing and got her stream cut off because of it. During the melee, Moss abandoned her and ran down the street back to his car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, okay. What? So
I'm going to play the clip right here. It's only a minute.
We're about to play the clip.
Okay. So, yeah, what happened?
Someone came up to me.
David Yield sent $3 to Lisa. You look absolutely lovely today. Love the house. Has Moss visited Andy in jail? You need better support actors.
Wait, what?
Moss isn't going to cut.
Where you're dancing around. This is a serious issue. I'm upset about it too. You're dancing. I can dance and be upset.
As a former paedophile, I feel that the consent age needs to be lowered.
No. I have a blog. For things on my blog, and I just bring people here, and I have, hundreds of people watching right now that care.
She's holding a sign. She's promoting it.
I'm holding a sign.
She's promoting our cause. Sir, you just shot.
We need to bring as much attention to this as possible. Yeah. And I'm doing it. Don't worry, you guys. We're in this together. We're in this together, man. Fuck me. Fuck me. Yeah? What's wrong? What's wrong? Why is she upset with me? I don't like you. You don't like me? Why not? I like you.
Oh man.
She did apologize. The lady apologized later. She seemed like a nice woman, but she was really out of line.
To her?
Yeah, she apologized to Lisa.
Okay,
My
good.
God, I mean, I don't have the balls to do what Elisa did there. There's no way I would have did. I'm way too self-aware to be like, oh my God, I'm bugging these people. Not that she's not self-aware, but she doesn't give a fuck. She's just like, oh fuck me, like that music.
He's ready to get punched in the face.
I would have turned the speaker off immediately. That's what I love about Elisa. She does not give.
She's fearless when she has that camera on. She's fearless.
Yeah, she's fearless.
Did she know what she was getting herself into with the protest at all? I mean, did she do research?
Yeah, she knew, it's for about pedophilia. Monkey sent her the information, so
Right, but I don't think I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how much Elisa reads. I mean, I know when she was on the Stern show,
Elisa acts ditzy, but she knows her stuff. She reads a lot of she reads Twitter and she reads the news. She knows her stuff.
She knows what's happening. Okay.
Yeah, she
does. Elaine.
She acted like she went in there blindly and didn't really know what the issue was. So I wasn't quite sure whether or not she was acting stupid.
No, she just asks questions. It's not about being stupid. She goes there and she asks people their input instead of just telling them what she thinks. She's just asking for others' opinions.
Does Elaine think the only time Elisa has read was when she was on Stern Show running jokes?
I guess. I mean, I
she admits it.
Really open up too much about current affairs when we get together. It's just
I think it's a matter of her not liking
it. Yeah, she doesn't like talking about it, but she's
the news is boring. The news is boring. Even if you pay attention, like I don't talk about it. I know everything about Balenciaga.
It's not the news. I think Elaine just thinks.
Wolfie, stop interrupting everybody.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you got to stop doing it. You just did it to Leaf, and he's way nicer than I am. But yeah, I pay attention to topical events and political. Oh my goodness,
never
political. Wolfie, I'll just put you backstage. How about that for just a minute until I'm done talking? Political stuff that's topical and in the news. It's boring to talk about. Elisa's not on a show to talk about the news or shit that's happening. I think she very much knew what the heck the Balenciaga thing was happening and all of the CP stuff that they were doing, but she chooses to make light of it in not in a bad way, but like have fun while she was there. And
turn a negative into a positive.
Yeah, I get that, but I think the people around her are just feeling like they're in a chaotic environment with her around, like they think that she's just nutty. They don't get where she's coming from.
But that's
what makes it entertaining, though.
And that's their problem
for us, but maybe not the people that don't know her.
That young kid, the young Spanish kid, he was fine with it. He was a real nice kid. I hope him and Elisa connect and they do more protests together. But yeah, everyone there was cool with Elisa besides that one lady.
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely off the wall. I mean, she should be a character in Curb Your Enthusiasm. I swear to God.
Elaine, do you like Elisa?
Do I like her?
Yeah, I'm starting to think you don't like her.
Oh, I love Elisa. Are you kidding me?
I feel like sometimes you say things that make it so that a person that didn't know you would say, "Hey, wait a second. Does Elaine like or dislike Elisa?" Am I off?
No, I can understand why you feel that way, Wheezy. What's your real name, by the way?
I'm not saying that because there's too many rascals watching.
I mean, what are you afraid of? What if
you? I like the name Wheezy. I think that's better than his real name, I bet.
Thank you. Yeah, my real name is Wheezy, and it's short for Louise.
Okay.
So I was named after a girl from the Jeffersons.
Changed to Weasley, not Wheezy.
It's Weasley because I didn't change it. Every time I go on to Wendy's, Wendy calls me Weasley. That's my nickname to her. And the last
Wendy from
the Howard Stern show, she calls me Weasley. So when I'm on her panel, which I didn't even notice until now, when I'm on her panel, I name myself Weasley because that's what she calls me.
She pronounces it like that.
Yeah, but she'll type it Weasley, but she calls me Weasley. That's her nickname.
Okay,
that's adorable.
It's like a toddler mispronouncing somebody's name.
But she's way smarter and better than a toddler. Toddlers are dumb.
Okay.
Yeah. You better be a Wendy fan.
She's a great person. I think I love her. Yeah.
I agree with this.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with Illume.
Okay, what do you guys think of Moss running away when Elisa got confronted by that woman?
Hilarious. Like, that guy does not have her back. He's there fair weather. He's running for
not even Elaine would have ran away. She
no
stood
way
there trying to make peace.
Yeah, Elaine would not have run away at all. Can we talk about Moss trying to hold Elisa's hand?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Yeah. Which I think is the cutest thing ever because it's like Like how, like that's like 7th grade. That's a 7th grade move. Like try to hold your hand while you're like the cameras are off and stuff like that. Like put the arm around you at the movie theater type thing. It's like so innocent but so hilarious to me.
And he'd have more of a chance if he did it on camera rather than off.
100%.
That's when Elisa's, kind of like out of her mind and willing to do anything.
Yeah, 100%.
So at what point did he try to hold her hand?
After the cameras were off.
Yeah, she said multiple times.
Yeah.
And the cameras turned off.
Then on Wednesday night, they went to a comedy show together, and Moss told her, "Do not tell anyone we went to this comedy show."
That's so funny to me. Why? Why didn't he want people to know?
My guess is because I guess he doesn't want Captain to know. Maybe he thinks, he doesn't want his friend thinking that he's trying to move in on his ex-girlfriend or whatever, something like that. Or maybe he has a crush on Captain. And
do you think that's
Moss
true?
has a crush on Captain?
That's the theory that's been tossed around. I'm not going to say by who.
Wow.
Because Moss loves Andy. So if you're that much into Andy, you could kind of think maybe he does go both ways.
Now, I've heard rumors that Moss was actually a fluffer for Ron Jeremy.
That's possible.
And if you're around Ron Jeremy, you've seen some shit because that guy's in prison forever now for all the shit he did. So maybe he swings both ways. Like I don't dislike Moss at all, but he's not somebody I would want on my side because he ran away as soon as shit got hot in the kitchen for Elisa.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of a bodyguard. I want Elisa to have a bodyguard around her when she's doing this kind of shit because she's doing things that she's probably is going to get smacked for. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like about Moss is that it's so funny when he gets upset and there's no danger to it. Like he's just going to throw a fit like a little girl. And it's so funny. And you don't have to worry about Lisa's safety or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think they have great chemistry in that area.
They do.
They're so funny. They're so funny together.
I saw a clip of them.
That Moss gets annoyed with her though, like he doesn't know where she's coming from.
He definitely gets annoyed with her. You can see it. Like he gets so annoyed with her, which is so funny.
But he loved, like Elisa says, he loves streaming. No matter how much he denies it, he loves being there. He loves the attention. He loves reading chat. So it's worth him getting annoyed, especially if he has a crush on Elisa on top of that. He's going to want to be around her.
Well, you know what? He's been in the, I guess the entertainment industry with, what's his name?
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy. He's probably been around a lot of loose women. So, he was probably just trying to hit on her and try to get, laid. Right?
Yeah. And he wants to stream in her apartment next time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she's highly against that.
Why would anybody stream? The only person I think can pull that off is Gucci's.
Yeah.
Like
he had more luck saying, okay, come stream at my apartment, because then that would be content for Lisa. Oh, let's show Moss's apartment. This would be funny.
Right.
So he could probably get her.
She would ever go there. She'd be scared to go there unless she had me with her.
Like I said, when that camera's on, she's fearless, which is scary.
True. That's true. Wait, what's his question here? Why does Elaine keep trying to push Elisa onto Andy and Captain Content, who are proven to be sexual predators? If she cares for her safety, why would she do that? I don't push Elisa on Andy.
Well, you do try and get her to call him a lot, and when she doesn't want anything to do with him.
Well, I feel sorry for Andy.
Now this is great that this is going this way, because feeling sorry for Andy while being upset with Elisa. Now let's break that down. Elisa, you think, is being insensitive to other people's streams. Andy's going to jail for molesting people. How can you feel sorry for him, but you think that Elisa needs to be reprimanded?
I don't think she needs to be reprimanded. I think she needs to be a little bit more sensitive to, I don't know. I just feel like Andy, he's such a big crybaby. He cries about so much. And she talked about how sensitive he was when she first met him and how they had that in common.
But he's has a very storied history of like really being horrible. And like,
I think people treat Andy as if he's special needs, whereas Elaine puts Elisa on a pedestal and expects more from her.
Yeah.
So I think that's why
I think you're right. I think
even Elisa gives Andy a pass because they think he's special needs. Like he has so much
Everybody gives
brain
Andy a
damage.
pass, myself
Yeah.
included. I'm not saying that I don't give Andy a pass. Like every time I've unblocked him on Instagram, the next time he's on Kermit and Friends, I'm like, hey, Andy, how's it going? You know what I mean? He's got that disarming aura about him to where he can get away with anything. And he does. I think it caught up with him finally, but I saw that Turkey, whatever that guy's name is, that did that Andy piece. It's got millions of views on it. And I was like, Jesus, like this makes him look way darker than I even knew. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's tough with Andy Dick. I get it. But I don't want Elisa to hang out with Andy. I think that's poisonous. I don't think that's good. I'm glad that she doesn't.
Well, I'm so glad that that article on page 6, I think it was, or Radar, where at the end of the article, it said that Elisa had distanced herself from him. So it made her look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, she knew when to quit.
Yeah. So, she gave that interview to Andy's friend, the Gene Wilder guy. And she really railed him with questions pretty hard. And that was the first time I can remember she was like really assertive with someone during an interview like that. But I think she was also talking to herself, like, man, we really got to give up on Andy. There's no hope there.
Yeah, I actually only saw a little bit of that interview with him. That was the the one where she trashed me. So I haven't actually watched that, and I did see a little bit of that interview.
And I will tell you, Elaine, she made fun of you. She didn't trash. She made fun of you, and you trashed her way worse in the Discord.
I know I did. I know. Yeah.
Now, Elaine, are you and her cool now with no beef and no friction, or is there still something that kind of needs to be worked out between you two? Do you feel chill with her?
I mean, I would like to have a conversation with her, and just between her and I off camera. I think that would probably be something that we could discuss and come to terms with, because I mean, I definitely was I did have resentments towards her. Yeah.
And that's why I was asking those questions earlier, is that I can feel that resentment sometimes.
Yeah.
Whether you're trying or not, I can feel that. And I think it would be good for you guys to have a conversation about it.
Okay,
but I think it would be best if it was on camera.
On camera?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably would be. But everybody acts differently off camera.
But maybe I think Elisa is her true self on camera more than off. Because she's Elisa 5.0 on camera. She exaggerates her. I mean, she's very on. When she's off camera, I think she's a little bit more reserved. Just like most comedians. Right.
Yeah. I wish
that doesn't mean that's the real her.
I did go really hard on her. Yeah, I probably did. I probably was really upset. Yeah.
Were you upset there's a couple times through the streaming, especially when Captain was around, that things went bad for you personally. Like I don't even need to mention it. I was
so uncomfortable on camera. Okay, I've told this to you, Weezy.
Thank you, J Prime.
I've never been in the public eye. I've always been very shy. I mean, I was the girl that never raised her hand, hated to get him up in front of people, just totally. I'm coming out. This is like, I am blossoming right now.
And Elisa's the reason why, right?
Yes. Yes.
Can you
I have to say that my Buddhist friend, Vera. Woo,
right.
Vera.
That's where it all went bad, was the Gucci stream and the Buddhist meeting. I think the Captain stuff had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but Elisa, she doesn't care about cameras, and Vera had specifically asked her not to be on camera. And when Captain arrived at her mom's house, the cameras were rolling, and I think
Elisa told both Captain,
got really mad.
Elisa told both Captain and Mike to turn off the cameras. She told I could send you the clip on Discord later.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think Vera doesn't. I mean, Vera, when I went through all my turmoil with Elisa and, having to grow, really stretch myself, Vera had my back, and she thought that Elisa was in the wrong in a lot of instances where she let the camera roll with people who are special needs. Yeah.
Well, there was a huge misunderstanding there because you thought that she was taking Gucci's over to Vera's house uninvited, but that wasn't the
Yeah.
case, right?
Right. Vera was okay with her. I guess it was discussed in the backyard that she was coming over, but Vera just said, I don't want any cameras. So that's where it went south. Yeah.
Right. Which again wasn't Elisa's fault. Because I'm
Well,
telling you, she
yeah,
told Captain
exactly.
Mike to turn the camera off when they were in the car before anybody was out there.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, she did. But then when Captain walked up, he still had his camera rolling, but he had
Right.
it down on the street.
Right. And the other guy, Mike, I'm not sure what he was pointing at, but he also had his rolling. But
Yeah,
Elisa
and Vera
asked him to turn it off.
does not want anything to do with Elisa's streams.
That's completely understandable, completely.
Yeah.
But being mad at Elisa for all of that, that's
Yeah, that's not
misdirected.
fair.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if we could have told Gucci's to let Captain and Mike know that we didn't want any cameras when she was dropped off, it would have been completely different. It would have played out completely differently.
But maybe
Because
not
we
either
had just
because
planted-
Captain and Mike are going to do whatever they want to do.
That's true.
Well, yeah, but if Elisa's going to help with Gucci's, Gucci's was being delivered to Vera's, so Elisa should have warned Captain and Mike not to have the cameras rolling.
She told him in the car, don't come out with the cameras, but they came out anyway.
Yeah,
That's the most she could have done.
exactly.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, Mike and Captain, they're not going to turn off their cameras because, that's their livelihood. Well, especially Captain, but I don't know about Mike.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of felt really uncomfortable when they came in with their cameras, so I got really kind of freaked out because I knew that Vera was not wanting any cameras. So, I got up so uncomfortable. So when Gucci's and Elisa got in my car, I was still uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Your mom
I don't
said
think
there's
that's the
no
real
helping
reason.
you.
Like, that's not a good reason to stay mad at Lisa for so long.
Well, I
have
didn't
all these
stay
freaking
mad at
cameras.
her. I think we went back to my house and then we went down the street and Gucci's was really manic.
Yeah, she was drinking before she arrived.
Yeah. So she
Welcome back,
was
Wolfie.
she was not acting normal. That was the very first time that I'd ever seen her like say stupid things to random people. I was like, oh my God, why is she behaving like this? She was just wanting to just act out and, it was very childish.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of her appeal. That's why she has so many fans.
I don't watch her streams. So, I mean,
She's legend.
Huh?
Goo's legendary. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I've
So I've only had so much time with Gucci's. For the
And
most part, I
she
love
has
her
a really
laugh.
sweet side to her too.
She
Like,
does. I didn't know much about her, and then she was on the wrap-up show that one time. I fell in love with her personality. She's
Yeah.
so likable.
Yeah,
And
me too. I fell in love with her laugh, and she looks so much like my cousin. It was like, oh my God. And she also looked like this girl that I went to high school
Oh my
with.
God.
He just wanted to interrupt you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought she was a really cute character. I embraced her. But then, yeah, there was just a lot of just weird energy that happened in my car to getting back to my place and then going down the street in West Hollywood. That was just weird.
but you had to try to understand too what place Goo was in at that time. Like she was being rejected, pushed away from Portland or wherever they were, from a Chicken and whoever they were with, and then then she flies down to LA then she's with Captain for a day, and he's like, "Nah, you got to get out of here." So she's
Yeah.
just being passed around, and that can't be a good feeling. So
No,
gotta try
but
and
she
sympathize with her.
had.
That's
I
what
mean,
Elisa was doing. She felt so bad for her that she was
yeah.
willing to let Goose stay at her house no matter what kind of mind frame she was in.
But I think Elisa also knew that Gucci's was good for her live stream.
Yeah,
Without a
but
doubt.
she turned her live stream off after an hour when Gucci's asked her to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Gucci's is good for anybody's live stream. Even Alex Stein was like starstruck by Gucci's.
Oh, cool.
She gets a better reaction than Andy Dick. Like that chick is fucking polarizing.
And
Yeah.
she loves Elisa too. She's very good to her friends, and she's
Yeah.
good to Elisa and anyone she
She
likes.
is.
She's
Yeah.
she has a sweet side to her.
She
That's also
really
very
does.
childlike, just like her immature side is childlike.
Yeah.
She's
I'm
in the
so
game.
glad. I'm so glad that she is not in an RV in LA right now. You know,
Where is she now?
She's in DC, and she
Yeah.
says she's about to move to Florida next week. So
she's
Oh, that's
dating
right.
somebody.
You
She's dating
mentioned
that Alki guy, maybe not Alki. Not
I think his
Al-
name is AK. Some big
AK.
guy.
Yeah, AK.
But I don't know if that's real or not. But if it is, hopefully it goes well.
Bobo, I've never heard this, and it's hard to just take people's rumors as the gospel. So people say horrible things about people. Unless I know that's true, I can't really just like
That's
start
something.
hating.
That's
Gucci.
something SJC says. What fuck Bobo's saying? That's something SJC says, and we know their history. So
Edward Kim is in the chat, and that's Gucci's biggest simp. And so I'm sure it's not really him because he wouldn't be talking about Gucci's boyfriend. But
I think it's nice Gucci has someone like that constantly sending her love and support.
Me too. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I
I
do
love
too.
it. And anytime there's an Asian guy on anybody's stream, people are like, "Oh my god, there's Edward Kim."
Yeah, he
Which
has
is
such a
another-
huge reputation for
He
some reason.
does. He does have a huge reputation.
I guess because he doesn't really engage with anyone. He just spams the
he
chat.
just loves fucking Gucci's, and who can really blame him? I love Gucci's too, and like I said, I didn't know what to think about her. At first, I was repulsed by her because I'd only seen the bad clips and I never really watched anything. Then I saw some things where I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and then I talked to her. Once I talked to her and had a
Yeah.
conversation with her, I was like, "Oh, I get it. I completely
Definitely.
get why Gucci."
Yeah, she's got a lot of charisma. She really does. She's really a fun person to be around. Her laugh is contagious. And she's got cute dimples.
Yeah, if she was like on The Real World or some reality
Oh,
TV
she
show.
was?
No, I'm saying if she was,
Oh,
she would be
yeah.
a big star.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely a character.
Her making Alex Stein uncomfortable in DC, that one stream was one of my favorite things
Yeah.
ever because you can't fucking shake Alex Stein. He's like
Oh
really.
my God, I have to see that.
Oh, it's so good. I mean,
So-
he doesn't even know how to handle her. He even starts
Yeah.
talking about like where her name came from, and she embarrassed him in front of like a bunch of politicians. It was
Yeah, because
great.
he started
Oh.
talking about abortion, and she that's
When did that stream?
that was
Um,
I'm not
couple
sure
months ago.
the date, but I think it was in July. It was around it was the same day when Alex Stein got in trouble or got in the news for harassing AOC, screaming the big booty Latina stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I think it was
God.
right after that.
It was the same night.
Oh my God, July was like my biggest nightmare for me. July 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the night? Okay, yeah, I remember that.
That was the turning point. But then I had to go to the Roosevelt and get drunk one more time and pee my pants and drive my car.
Yeah, that to me, that was the.
That
That
was
was-
the worst bottom of the barrel, or my worst point in my life so far.
I agree with this comment. She does deserve a normal life. I want that more than anything for Gucci's. She's very bright. She's got so much untapped potential. I think that if she had a better self-image, that she would be unstoppable. I feel like that. I really want her to be well and very healthy mentally.
Yes. I think she has to want that for herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Edward Kim. Wow, how nice of you. Leaf, you wanted to kind of rate people
Yeah.
on could you explain that real quick?
Yeah, so I thought it would be like a fun little game just to list every person Elisa has streamed with and rate them from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and kind of give your pros and cons about what you like about them or how they can improve as their partner.
Look at
I
this.
think
Sorry to
the
interrupt
best-
you, but this is Jake. Dickhead. Okay, sorry, Leaf. Sorry about that.
And yeah, so I think the best person to start off with would be Elaine, and let's see what Elaine would rate herself 1 out of 10 as Elisa's streaming partner.
That's a great
Oh,
one.
okay. Well, I mean, the fact that I'm coming out of being a shy person, you know, coming onto Elisa's live stream, it's sort of like throwing me out into a wrestling ring with somebody overweight or something. I don't know. It's just very,
You have
very
a
hard.
disadvantage. You think you have a very big disadvantage.
I have a disadvantage, yes. So I think there's probably better people for her to live stream with that are more used to being in the public eye. But I have fun with her. I definitely have fun.
Yeah, see that's why I like you on the streams, because
Yeah.
you sing and dance with her. That's very
Yeah.
important.
Cute.
And you have a great time. So that's what Elisa wants the most, is for people to have a great time with her. And you more than anyone have fun with her.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm hoping that you know, there's going to be more of that with other people on her live stream that also want to take it, you know, into a better, you know,
Yeah.
place where Elisa is very positive, and I love her energy. And I think that, I mean, she loves confrontation too. She loves watching people, you know, she loves cringy things. She loves it all. You know, I mean, that close up on me with Goku was like, oh my God, she loves it. She's eating this up.
Well, she wants
so
her stream to be a
cringy.
mixture of everything. It's not just one thing. It's not just
Yeah.
comedy, but there's also drama and conflict.
Yeah, it was definite drama. And I was like, I was just very uncomfortable when she did that, but I thought, and I had a drink of wine, so that probably interfered with my reasoning. But you know, I'm breaking through. You know, that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
What would you rate yourself? 1 to 10.
6.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Elaine, I'm gonna give you a 9.
I give her a 9 too. The only reason she's not a 10 is because she doesn't have Elisa's back.
That's exactly right. If Elisa had defended her, or if Elaine had defended Elisa to Goku, it stuck up for Elisa to Goku. And there's one other issue, but I cannot remember it. Then I would have had. Oh, I think maybe either Rob or Dark Tony. You kind of did something similar. If you had her back 100% and you were a ride or die, you'd be an absolute 10. You're a 9 because of the dancing. You're totally down. You're fucking 66 and you have more energy than I do at 43.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a great.
Yeah,
streamer.
she's funny and she has a fun time. That's the most important. She has a great time with Elisa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say something about a 9. I'm a double 9. My birthday and my name both add up to 9. So I call myself Lainey 99 sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm a 9. Thank you.
9. I think 9 is perfect. Now, Hate Goes Here says there's no way Elaine is a 9. I would love to see what they would rate you.
I'm sure he's going to say a 10.
You
All
might
right,
be
so number
negative.
2 on the list is someone Wheezy just mentioned, Bad Tony. 0
Oh.
Dark Tony.
I'll go first. He was a 0. Unless I have to pick one, I'd pick a 1.
Well, I'm going 1 because there's another 0 on this list, and he's a real 0. The reason I'll give that 1 point to 0 Dark Tony is because he did embrace the camera. He did try and have a good time. You know, he
Right.
was talkative, but the only reason he was there was to get Elisa on his podcast and maybe to do something. And to he thought he could impress her with weapons and money, and it was bad.
I do not understand what his angle was, to be honest. I don't know why he wanted to spend time with her. I really don't.
Well, he saw her
Annoying.
chat was growing, so and he wants his YouTube channel to grow. Like he's the type of guy that just
Buffy.
bought a verified Twitter account, you know. So That tells
Yeah.
you all you need.
He's
to know about
also
a person.
been in Steel Toes.
Yes,
chat
Yes.
being like "fuck her,"
Yeah.
I hate her so much.
He hates Elisa now. He thinks he texted me so much about Elisa. Like, how can you be her friend? Oh my God, she's the worst person on the planet.
Yeah, I don't get it. Every time I see somebody talking about Lisa, Dark Tony's in the chat being like, and he's like telling his sob story about how she was so horrible.
Yeah, he sent a novel text to Elisa too that she posted in the Discord.
I mean, he's Italian and he's passionate. And I think he was very embarrassed by the fact that he had that knuckle ring and all that cash. I mean, it totally made him look like he was connected to drugs.
Yeah, he wanted Elisa to find that cash, like
for
sure. Yeah, he
You
handed
think
his little
so?
purse over.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't stop her.
Right. He would have
Yeah.
stopped her, but he thought that would impress her, the little $5,000 and the
Yeah.
brass knuckles and everything else he had in there.
But what he stated to me was that he wanted to use that $5,000 to give away to people to grow her audience, to just, have fun with it. But then
Somebody used that playbook right after him too. I mean, it's so obvious what that really means. Like, if he wanted to do that, he would have given her the $5,000. Instead, he said, "Actually, I have to go give this to the guy that I'm depositing it."
He did say that, yeah. So he was talking out of two sides of his mouth for sure. Yeah.
And the weapon thing, I mean, what world do you think it's going to be cool to bring a weapon to the two girls that you're meeting for the first time? It's like something not right about that guy.
Yeah, and he had cologne in there, $5,000, and a knuckle
Brass knuckle
thing. What else did he have?
But it seemed to impress you, Elaine, because you liked them.
Yeah, Elaine was like, man, a bad boy. I like bad boy.
What is this? Is this a joke? I felt like, oh my God, is he just like putting her on? I felt like he was just playing. It was just so weird to me. And then he came out with the axe and he swung it where his cock would be. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy all about? Who is this guy?
I think Elaine likes the bad boys, is what I think.
I mean,
so what do you rate him 1 out of 10?
Thank you, Sean.
What would you rate him?
Oh, I gave him a 1.
I did too, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's definitely an enemy of Elisa, so.
So you give him a 10? Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 10 just because I'm Elaine.
No.
I'm gonna go against everybody else.
I kind of like that about you, Elaine.
I'm a contrarian. No.
Okay, what about Gucci's?
Oh, Gucci's on her live stream. I mean, if she could do a live stream with Gucci's alone and just go work the streets, I would give Gucci's a 10.
Yeah.
I have to give Goo an 8, and I hate giving her that low of a score, but because she puts Elisa into an impossible situation when she like sits down and says, "I want to go home," and has that energy, it's super impossible to deal with somebody like that. And so it's a detriment to the stream, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To now have Elisa be like, "Oh God, what do I do?" Because Elisa wants to help her, but she also wants to stream.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where Goo could be a 10, but on that one day they streamed together, she was a 7 in my book because it was still a very entertaining stream, but it sucked that, she was in such a bad mood. But who could blame her after what she was put through by everyone in that community? Yeah,
I totally 100% agree with all of that.
Me too.
All right, so next is Kleenex.
Kleenex was so fun, but he was such a rascal. I am really conflicted on that. I'm going to give him an 8 too, which is way higher than I think Leaf's going to give him. I didn't like the groping and the touching, but Elisa's response to that wasn't as bad as like my initial response to it was. I would say that what he brought to Elisa was a lot of joy and happiness when she's like fucking zooming in on his ass crack and stuff like that. That's like exactly what she wants, And so I'll give him a higher score, like an 8, because of that. Although I think that the groping her pelvic bone was that's not
well
good.
that and like it was just creepy vibes the way he was put his face right next to hers and to whisper in her ear constantly.
I know, but I just love Kleenex somehow, and so
like he has a lot of charisma, and he was dancing and he was singing. He was very festive.
Yeah, trying to be fun is like one of the most important parts, and he was definitely trying to be fun, and he was fun.
But then there's also the aspect you got to consider, like he started trashing Elisa not long after, which is always going to happen.
It's expected with him, so that wasn't surprising. I think we all knew that he would. I think he's completely in love with Elisa, and he would probably.
I think he's in love with Captain.
That's so crazy that you say that.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Wow.
Because the next day he had a chance to hang out with Elisa again, but he went straight to Captain and he hung out with him for a couple of days. And he was so obsessed with Captain when he was with Elisa. That was all he was talking about mostly. So
maybe he just wanted to get more info from Captain on Elisa.
No, because I think every moment he was with Captain, it was streamed. So
I kind of agree with Buffy here that he's more complex than he portrays. I think that a lot of the times when the camera's on, Kleenex is telling the camera what he thinks that audience is trying to hear, and then he'll switch audiences and he'll tell them what that audience wants to hear. So it's hard to keep.
Well, he's genuinely bipolar too. I mean, that's I don't think that's an act.
Yeah, I think you're.
But yeah, he's another guy that could be a 10, but he's a 5 for me.
Oh, so you gave him a 5?
Yeah. And I guess Elaine, did you watch that stream at all?
No, I just saw a little bit, so I can't comment.
Yeah, he didn't say nice things about you.
J Prime thinks
give him a 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't say nice things about you.
He said bad things about me.
Yeah,
I think you heard one of them like lizard skin, something like that.
Oh, I did hear that. Well, yeah,
how rude.
That's true. I can't deny that. I'm 66. I was a beach bunny.
All right, so the next one is Danny from LA.
Everybody knows that me and Danny have had our problems in the past, but I found him really likable on the stream. I felt like I was expecting one thing, and he was completely the different guy than I was expecting. He was a good yin to Kleenex's gang, because Kleenex was all wild and Danny was just composed. I think he was a great streamer with him. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Danny was a gentleman. He sung and danced. I'm not sure how he would do without Kleenex in the mix or without another male there, but as in a group setting, he was perfect.
Yeah, he really was. I was very impressed by Danny.
Yeah, the only mistake he made, I thought, was that like he tried it. He brought up these black guys, and then one of the black guys yelled at Elisa to turn her camera away. And Danny didn't say it. Like he should have stood up for her, I thought, in that moment. But
I missed that part, I think.
Yeah, like Mossy ran away.
Thank you, J Prime. You're the best. I really appreciate you.
Who's Harry?
Harry, I think Harry Brogan probably is what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's the enemy of T-Bob's.
Yeah, he's a T-Bob enemy.
Okay. All right, so Sharma Smith is next.
10.
10. I
Total
love
10.
Sharman.
Yeah. I loved her. She was so chill. She made Elisa so comfortable. She wasn't there for the drama. She was protecting Elisa against that guy where she thought there could be something.
She's a bodyguard.
She's a bodyguard. Absolutely. Yeah, total 10. I love Sharman.
I would give her a 9 just because she's a little bit too chill. Elisa wasn't able to get her to loosen up a little bit and dance and sing and all that kind of stuff like Elaine does.
Yeah, I can
but besides that, she was perfect.
Yeah.
What did you think of Sharman, Elaine?
Well, actually, I only saw a little bit of it. I saw the first day she was with her at the camp where she was in the audience. I didn't see anything but that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've seen Sharman on the show a lot. Like,
are
you a fan of hers?
I'm a big fan of Sharman. Yeah.
Okay.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Barry is next.
Listen, God. I love Barry. Lots of people don't love Barry. He was a 1. He would have been a 5 because for funness, but that Rob stuff when he fucking left her table to go sit with Rob, and then he's cussing at her and everything afterwards. He was a horrible streamer with her. At first, the first day he was fucking great, but you have to pull it all together. And Barry was a 1. I hate saying it.
Well, I would give him a 3 just because the novelty of seeing them together was really cool.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Barry, I thought, was very boring. Like, besides that, they That was the most entertaining thing he did, was abandon her to make her, throw a fit.
For
That
a
was funny and
cheeseburger.
entertaining. But the day before that and the day after that, when they were together, I mean, those are probably her most boring streams.
Yeah.
J Prime says 0.0.
So I only saw when they were sitting with that guy that offered her money.
Rob.
And he had his back. Yeah, he had his
Yeah.
back to the camera. So I only saw that for about maybe 20 minutes. So I didn't really see anything that he did after that. So
Buffy has
I
a
would
good
give
point
him
about
a 4.
It would be interesting to see Elaine and Barry together.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that. Bone Load says he's very fascinated with Barry. Can't get enough of him. I'm the same way. I love Barry.
Barry has fans like that for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's just so crazy though that he went on Elisa's show and had that that extension. I just think that is just so bizarre. I don't think I'd like to spend time with him.
Wait, what do you? Oh, about his wiener thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so bizarre.
Takes a special person to get and it wasn't even an extension; it was a widening of his.
Yeah,
wiener,
why
which
do that's so crazy? I mean, does he do porn?
Yeah,
he did do porn. Yeah.
Did he do it after?
Yes.
I think I don't know if he did it before, but I know he did it.
No,
after.
he didn't do it before.
He didn't do it before, but now he does porn.
Well, he did porn, and then he got arrested for some other stuff. And
Big Wolfie has left
now
us,
he's
and
not
now
in a
he's calling us
position-
boring.
Wait, why is this boring? To talk about somebody that had an extension is boring?
Elaine is boring, says Big Wolfie, who just interrupted us the entire time. What a
I'm
rascal.
boring?
No, you're not boring at all. We love
No,
you.
you've been
on
great,
here.
Elaine.
You've
I
been
promise.
great. Yeah,
That's okay. I've been called worse.
you're definitely not boring.
All right, so
think
the
Go
next
ahead.
guy is Rob.
0.
Who's my 0? Yeah, he's my 0.
The worst, hands down, the worst. I know that Elaine's going to give him some kind of score because she met him off camera.
No, that was Charmin who met him. I don't think. Elaine met him.
Oh, yeah, my bad. You're right.
Wait, Rob? Which
Yeah,
Rob?
Rob is
He was
the
the one
guy
that
that
turned
with
his
Barry.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I saw of him.
Right.
And I saw the
I'm-
video that he
The video. Oh my
Yeah.
god, the video with the money and the
Yeah.
and
budget.
he had a route for her. He was like open arms and
And he
just
was trying to portray himself as gay when he's not gay, which is always a big red flag.
Oh my god, he was so bad, and like the being off camera, but like pouting with his head turned away, like I'm hungry, and then stealing Barry to give him a cheeseburger. That to me is like
What
those
the
are
hell
just
is that
silent
about?
fuck yous to her the entire time. He was
Yeah.
basically saying "fuck you, Elisa." He was horrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand what happened there, to be honest.
All right, so next is Joers, the Joey.
10.
Yeah.
He could have been more excitable and fun as far as like dancing and stuff like that, but I think he did dance a little. But he was so comfortable for her. He had her back. He was chill as fuck
Right.
and nicer than he could be, and just so chill.
Yeah, he was a complete gentleman.
Yeah,
His only
absolutely.
flaw is that he's too quote unquote normal.
Right.
Like he's a teacher in real life. He's
What
just
does
a
he
regular
teach?
citizen.
Yeah,
He teaches
is.
I don't want to give too many details, but
Yeah,
he
he's a
teaches math
teacher.
to special needs.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah,
How did Elisa get involved with him?
well, he's the son of Kelly, who's been a part of Carmen and Friends since 2015.
Can you tell me what Wolfie means right here? Weezy do owe you. I know you are.
Wolfie is drunk. That's
I
one of
know.
the reasons why I invited him, because I knew he would be fun, and he was fun,
Yeah, he was.
and he's still fun in the chat. Like he's great. We
Yeah,
love you, Wolfie.
Yeah,
If you
Wolfie,
think this
we
is
do
boring.
love you. We do love you.
But yeah, Joey's awesome. I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, he was. He was great. If I could get Joey and Charmin and Elaine, I will pick Elaine too, all at the same time, and like maybe even throw Gucci's in there for the craziness. I think that would just kill the internet. Like having Elisa have like people that have her back, but at the same time, people that are going to be crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some really, oh God, Wolfie. She's got some really great diverse fans out there. And like when she went on that trip, it proved it. From Joey, like how much different is Joey than Barry? You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's special. It takes a special person to be able to be friends with all kinds of different people like that.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the next guy, I don't know if you guys watched it, but James Worley, did you? Guys
I did
watch
see that. Yeah. Yeah. He won.
A one? You give him that
Yeah.
low?
Yeah.
I
mean,
thought he had a funny Moss element to him where he just gets upset, but he enjoys it. There's a part of him that enjoys it. And there was funny chemistry when he got mad, and he's not dangerous. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that stream for what it was.
I didn't see enough of it to formulate. All I really saw of it was him ditching her. And so that's why I gave him the one. So maybe I should watch it again.
Yeah.
Well, I think at that point, I didn't watch it either. I saw who he was. And I think Elisa and I think you guys were saying that we should get together. We should team up because we have, you know, the same kind of energy. But I just thought, what does that even mean? Because I didn't watch that stream.
Yeah, so you were mad at least at that time, I think. So
Yeah,
I
there
think
was
that's
a-
what it was.
I can't remember why I was upset with her, but there was something crazy in my head about her. I can't remember what. But everything's cool now. I have no, you know, animosity, resentments. I'm completely, you know, I've aired everything that bothered me about what was going on. I have nothing else to say. I feel good. I love Elisa.
Okay.
Good.
I'm glad
we hear. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that out for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so next up is Goku.
Oh God. I mean, 2 because he gave us something to talk about. But That's
Yeah.
about it. He was just a
I
baby
completely agree
brat.
too. But
Elaine's gonna give him a 10.
yeah.
Just to be Elaine, yes, I will give him a 10.
You're such a rascal.
I'm just kidding. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'm kind of not completely understanding what's going to happen in Elisa's world. So I just come in just playing myself. And, you know, I was protective over him because I've just been warned by people, and I've been like at the firing line of IP2 people, you know, where they throw these horrible comments your way and you just cringeworthy, and it makes you feel like shit, you know. But I have built an armor around me since I've been around Elisa. I've gotten a little tougher, but I don't think, you know, when you first hear that, it's so hard.
I can understand that.
But I think young kids are used to it. I mean, that guy, you know, he plays PlayStation. He goes in there. He hears what those kids say every day on the internet. A guy his age can't be shocked. But I understand why you were, Elaine. But someone his age, there's just no way. He knows what's out there when it comes to streaming.
Elaine, you lived a lot of your life in a world where if you said something fucked up to somebody, they're going to get punched in the face. That's not how the world is anymore. As soon as the internet came out, you could say whatever you want with no repercussions, and that changes the way people interact with each other. And so your expectations are different. I think your shock lies in like, how could people say that? Where a kid like him, he's been alive the whole time he was alive. The internet has been shit talking each other, so that's expected. He expects that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. See, that to me is something new. Yeah, I'm getting. I know that. I mean, the fact that Elon Musk has purchased Twitter, and you know he's all for free speech. I'm just now getting used to, you know, how hate is taking over the world, and it's just like I used to go on Twitter and I'd see all the people just getting angry at each other, and I thought, God, this is a battlefield. It's not for me.
Yeah, I don't think that's the world though. That's just the internet. Like
only
in the world,
12% of people have Twitter, or 12% of Americans have Twitter.
But
like,
when you interact with people outside, you know, it's not a hostile environment when you just sit there and have a conversation.
Because there's repercussions. If I go over and talk shit to people like I have or other people do online, they're liable to punch me in the fucking mouth. And I like my teeth. I don't want to get punched in the mouth. So I'm like, okay, hey, how's it going? When you're driving in your car, you already have that barrier of like, well, fuck you. You're not going to say fuck you if you're walking behind the guy. It's
Yeah.
just this extra layer of protection that allows you to
Yeah.
be whoever you want to be.
And you see the people who do fight, they're usually drunk, like in
Okay.
the streets. Those
Thank you,
are the
Jacob.
confrontational people are
You're
the
the
ones who
best.
drink a lot in public.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
and they
normal
just-
people, they just, even the crazies, like they're not going out there looking for violence, looking to fight, looking to argue. That's just on the internet.
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah. It's
Chief
a whole
Prime,
new
I'm very
world for me.
supportive. I really appreciate you.
right.
It is, it's a whole new world to people that are like
I'm a boomer. I'm from the boomer generation, so I missed the internet, as a young person. And I'm
Right.
watching my 9-year-old cousin. He just got a new console, and he's like playing all these battle games, and he's killing things. And I'm like, oh my God, so much violence. So I'm now just watching it firsthand, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
I
and
think
he
that-
could get a microphone and talk to people, and they would call him the N-word or just the most horrific things.
Yeah.
And there's a difference too between like interacting like that and also being on a camera like you have been, Elaine,
Yeah.
to a bunch of people that are now laser focused on you because you're one
Yeah.
of 4 people on the camera. That's a different fucking level that like it's hard for people to be put into that and not have any kind of like negative reaction because you're on the spot. They get to see live how they are affecting you. If you're on Twitter or if you're even behind the headset on a video game, you can't physically see how you're affecting. But if you look at Lala on any of her streams when people are driving her crazy, you can physically get the reward of her losing her fucking shit. And that's what people are trying to do with you and me and other people. They want that physical, like, oh my God, I made Wheezy flip out. Look at him, he's mad. I win. And that's what they want,
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I'm still trying to stay away from it.
Look
I
at this
don't like
comment.
it.
This comment is hilarious. Elaine is from the generation that destroyed America.
What does that mean?
You guys all got to get mortgages and stuff, and then you said, "Fuck the younger people. They can't get anything they want. You can't work hard for it." That's what people say. It's
I guess. I mean, I work really hard. I come from a working background. I had to earn a living. I didn't get anything given to me. My mom put me to work when I was still in high school. I resented her for that because I wanted to go to college. But yeah, my mom, I come from a tough part of England where.
Wait, are you really from England?
Yes, I'm really from England.
Where the F did your accent go?
I sold it.
Wow, you don't sound British at all.
No, I came to America when I was 8. In 1965, I started 4th grade. And so I think I've told this on live stream that the kids made fun of my accent and I got shot down. And so I became very shy and I practiced speaking American so that kids wouldn't make fun of me.
Wow, I mean, there's no hint of an accent. Like the whole time you were telling me that, I was trying to hear it, and there's not.
Well, I think it's easier for English people to transition to an American accent. Like you see it in the movies; these English actors talk like they're American. It's so easy.
Yeah.
But then if you see an American try to do British accent, it's
never
hard.
good.
Yeah.
It's never good.
Yeah, but when I get around British people, it comes right back.
Really? Oh, I'd love to see you in front of somebody British so I could hear that.
I mean, I don't even think about it. It just comes out. It's so weird. Like when I get together with my brother, it's like, oh my God, I feel like we're still in England.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know that. I've heard people say that you were British. I was like, there's no way. Like, that's fine.
I am.
We're right. Wow.
Yep.
So I got 4 more names for you guys.
Okay.
All right. So I want to hear you, Elaine. I want to hear from you on Gina.
Gina?
Yes.
Wait, you guys go first.
Okay, I think Gina's an 8. I think the streams her and Elisa did were extremely entertaining, and I think the fact that she's not into it, but she sort of is into it. It was just very funny, and I hope we see more of her. I think it would be great to have her like once a week.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's an 8. I agree.
Yeah.
Watching her, it's almost like it's in real time watching her figure out what's going on, because she'll be like, wait a minute, I thought you were, and then she's cool with it, and then all of a sudden she's like, wait a minute, and it's like this, like you're on the edge of your toes to see how she's going to react the next time. She was really good with Elisa too. I think that she's a people pleaser, which is probably going to be her detriment, but yeah,
she really likes Elisa too.
I think she has a crush on Elisa.
Yeah, which is funny.
Yeah. Well, you guys saw my reaction to Gina, and you guys thought I was
when you
jealous.
told her to run.
Yeah. But that caller that called in,
it wasn't you.
It was not me.
It was you.
It was not me.
I will say there was another woman.
I'm not a double agent. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not a fake. I don't do stupid stuff like that. That's
I'm
just
starting to believe you.
stupid.
I don't know why I believe you.
Well, I will say this: there was a woman that called in sometime this week, and I thought that was Elaine, and the entire chat thought it was Elaine, but it wasn't.
I heard that.
So it could have been her, after all.
No, I don't do stupid shit. I'm sorry.
No, he's saying it could have been the other girl that we thought was you.
Maybe, because I listened to that and I go, I can see why they think it's me. She kind of does sound like me.
It sounded like you trying to disguise your voice, is what it sounded like.
And then Elaine put the exact same stuff in chat. So
yeah,
that's what made it really
because when I heard her, I was like, I agree. So then I started saying, run, Gina, run. Because I was afraid for her. I was afraid that, because Elisa didn't warn her of what was really happening. And, she felt uncomfortable, because she was overweight. She hadn't really dressed up, and, she just thought she was going to go see the Christmas tree lighting and see, David Foster and just have a fun time. She had no idea.
Look at Buffy. Buffy doesn't believe you at all, Elaine. It was so obvious that that's Elaine on that call.
It's not me.
I love Buffy.
I mean,
that's where I put the trust in Elisa to have good intentions. Like she just wants to give Gina what she gave you, which is get her to come out of her shell and have a good time.
I get that now. I mean, I totally came around but I mean, it could have gone the other way. She could have had a breakdown, but she didn't. She she's a people pleaser. She kept coming back because she cared about Elisa, because Elisa felt like, she was telling her that I really, everybody loves you. I want, come on, you have to have fun. We love you. And I was going, oh my God, those are the things that she told me.
She means
Everybody
them,
loves
though.
Elaine. And I'm like, what? Why do they love me? I'm so uncomfortable.
No,
right?
She just wants you guys to come out of your shell.
Yeah, exactly.
She wants you to
now
have fun.
I get that. It took me understanding that's where she was coming from.
Okay, so this next person, Wheezy, you had some harsh words for the other day, is Billy John.
Yeah. I think that Billy John puts on a role for Elisa so that he can trick her into thinking that he's an okay guy. But I don't think that he's an okay guy. I think he's mean. I think the guy that you saw punch Sonic or hit Sonic Chicken was and punk Sonic that one night. I think that's Billy John. I think that he really enjoys playing this role for Elisa, the Andy Dick savior that only means well, and I just will take care of Andy. And if you look at other clips, he's telling people to stay the fuck off the boulevard or he kills them. You can't have it both ways. And I tend to believe the horrible side of him. And I think that he's just giving Elisa a facade for whatever reason. So I give him a 1.
Yeah. Like I was surprised how he treated Gucci's the other night.
Horrible.
Yeah. But I disagree with you where there is two sides. And I think with him, he has respect for Elisa and Andy because of their like celebrity status. So he's always going to be respectful around them and he can contain himself. He's not completely out of control. So around them, he can keep himself as a good person, as polite. Because man, if you watch those videos of him and Andy and the way Andy would just grab him, and Billy John had the patience of a saint not to just throw him against the wall and say, leave me, don't touch me, So I do think there's a genuinely good side to him, but there is that bad side. But on the stream, I think, he's more focused on his streams than Elisa's streams when he's on there. So that's his main bad quality on her streams.
Yeah.
But I like that he's nice to her. I like that he's not creepy towards her. And I like that, you know, if some shit did pop off, he would have Elisa's back.
That's a good point. If somebody tried to fuck with Elisa, Billy John's probably the guy you want there because he will fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think I think he's a bad person and that he's faking to be a good person.
Yeah. Well, you guys have an advantage over me as far as seeing him on other live streams. I've been in person with him, and he's very sweet. I've been to his apartment. I've hung out on the rooftop with him. He's really into holistic things, and you know, he doesn't drink. I did hear that he sells acid. So,
well, what's funny is that I recognized him the first time I ever saw him on camera. I recognized him from I met him in person years ago when I lived in Humboldt County. I know a lot of musicians there that are rappers and stuff like that. Like they'll do big festivals, and he would come up with goodies. That's all I'm going to say for those guys. And I knew it was him. I fucking knew it. Well, then when he was taking care of Andy, one of my Humboldt friends posted a picture saying, "Oh, look, Andy's at this guy's house." And it was the same exact guy that I had met him through. So I know for sure that I met Billy John in like 2015 or 16. And I recognized him immediately. So yeah, he's
small world.
Interesting.
Wow.
All right, so the next name is JJ.
Oh, I mean 10
Oh my God.
for sure. A 10. Yeah,
he's
great. He's so good.
Yeah,
I would give him a 10.
Yeah,
he reminds me
11. He's out there.
Yeah, he reminds me of a mascot, like a team mascot. He doesn't say anything, but he's just so animated that you can't take your eyes off him, and you're so entertained by him.
Yeah,
and he's a good fit for Elisa because he's very patient, and you know, when she starts talking to other people, he's not going to throw a fit or storm away.
I
think he's a 9.
I saw a clip of the incident with him in the trailer with Andy the other day, and it was like, I don't remember that version of Age or JJ anymore. This new version has like completely eclipsed everything else I've seen of JJ, and I have like this newfound idea of who JJ is, and I think he's brilliant. The fake accent or whatever, or the fake voice, if that's a fake voice, everybody says it's fake. Like him being in this character of like it's not even a person.
If it's a character, that's just more impressive. And if it's just who he really is, like if he had an accent or something, like I heard that too.
Yeah,
and he's just very likable,
and he has creative screams.
He seems sort of like a muted Andy Dick. Not Andy Dick. Andy Kaufman. Like he's just very. He knows what he's doing. Like I did see that video where he picked up a rock and he said it was poo or something. He did something very weird. Like he yelled at this guy who was in a baseball field and he wanted to show him some poo or something.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Now, Elaine, J Prime pointed something out. You liked him a lot on the beach, didn't you, that one time?
Well,
that's right.
I don't know how that happened. I'm very embarrassed. I don't know how. I mean, that was me at my drunkest moment. I did get to know JJ one-on-one before that incident, and he interviewed me.
Oh,
and I got to know him on a different level than what you see on the screen. And I think that I was attracted to his weirdness. And I think that the age at that point when I was that drunk didn't mean anything to me. And I was I got really into guys, I have to say.
You are?
I love guys.
Oh, I know that. We all know that. Yeah,
it didn't matter how old he was. And I wasn't about having sex with him. It was more about I can't even remember. I did not rewatch what happened, but it was very embarrassing.
Yeah, you guys just cuddled on the beach.
We just cuddled
next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that was a crazy episode though. The beach.
And I ended up at the hospital, and they called me, and they didn't come back to pick me up, and I had to wait half an hour for an Uber. It was kind of like they ditched me.
Well, they were being driven by Lala, I think.
He could have turned around and picked me up.
Yeah, I don't know all of the details about all of that, but I have to say, Elaine, that I was like, oh man, I feel for Elaine. Like
Thank
that
you.
was the time where I was like, oh fuck, man. Like,
It was horrible.
yeah. And I think
But
you're such a
but we
trooper.
also we found out, you know, later on that Elaine, you get a certain way where you can't be reasoned with. And I think Elisa did try to drive you home that day, or try to get you in the car and have someone else drive you home, and you refused. You wouldn't move from the driver's seat, and so you just stayed there and you passed out. And then so they said okay, and they went and got a drink at the Roosevelt, and then ambulance picked you up.
Well, actually, what that's two different incidents, actually.
No,
Okay,
that was the same day as July the 4th.
no. It was a different day. It was a
Wow.
different day.
I thought it was the same day too.
No,
I'm
it's a
confident it
different
was the
day.
same day. I promise
Yeah.
it was, Elaine.
Yeah, the Roosevelt happened after the 4th of July.
No, the Roosevelt was after, but that's where I'm not sure. There was a hotel that Elisa and Lala went into. I don't know if it was the Roosevelt. It was someplace near that beach that y'all were at.
Oh yeah, that was that was Lowe's.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, they left me in the car, and I don't know
Because
how the
yeah.
ambulance got there. I don't know how they either found me in my car or I
You
may
must have gone out of the car.
No, we think the theory is that a viewer called. A viewer heard that Elaine was still in the car because Lala ran her big mouth on the stream. And so a viewer called and reported it because they knew where you were.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get
Well,
to this last
you
name.
know how
on the-
much that cost me?
A lot.
Well, that was a big lesson.
All right. So the last
Yeah.
name on the list is Moss.
Oh, go ahead, Elaine. You go first.
Wait,
Yeah,
who?
you met Moss in person, right, Elaine?
Yeah.
So what do you think of him? And do you think he fits well on Elisa's streams?
I think he's interesting. I think the fact that he was Ron Jeremy's assistant makes him very unusual. I think he's a good fit for her show. I think he's a nerd.
He is a good fit.
Huh?
He's definitely a good fit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
His main issue is that he doesn't sing or dance, but he'll sit there and tell the most random jokes at any time, and they're so corny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always talking about how I pray to God that when he does do his stand-up comedy gig, that Elisa goes and streams it. We have to see that.
Yeah.
If he does it. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
he's all talk.
I would
Okay,
say
so
hope
he's
he
a
does it, and I
stand-up
hope Elisa
comedian.
streams
I
it.
didn't know that.
I think he wants to do stand up. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's done it yet before.
He keeps talking about, and he says it's going to happen soon.
That's
Well,
funny
he
you say
does-
that, Sean, because he tried to hold her hand a bunch of times when the stream was off, which I think is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
I
it on
give
the
him a
stream?
7. I give him a 7 because he has room for improvement. The things that I don't like about him that we played earlier are he's very controlling and he thinks
Yeah.
he can hang up on callers. I think once he gets past that and he stops being controlling, that he'd be wonderful because he's perfectly quirky and he gets very frustrated very easily, but it's
And
like
it's hilarious when he gets upset.
yes, he gets this. It's not dangerous or scary.
Yeah.
And it's immediately like he'll apologize and he'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. And so that's really entertaining for the viewer.
Yeah, I give him an 8.
So do you guys know what? Okay, I give him a 7. I think he's going to stick around and be a big part of her show.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't. Hopefully, us talking about him touching her hand and stuff, because he told her not to tell anyone. He told her not to tell anyone about the
Oh,
comedy
really?
show. Yeah, hopefully
Well,
this doesn't ruin.
Do you think
things.
he's going to watch this?
I hope not.
No, but he's going to hear about it. He's going to hear.
Okay.
He's going to find out that everyone knows now. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, then he may just shy away from Elisa then.
No, I hope not.
Beijing, I don't know if you're talking about this show or the show that we're talking about, but the show that we're talking about, she's been streaming pretty much every day or every other day doing
Yeah.
IRL.
As
And
far as I know, she's going to be streaming on Sunday, and she has with a Facebook friend that she just met, who faked her own death. So that's the plan for now.
Oh wow.
But she could go live tomorrow. I mean, she could go live right now if she wanted to. You never
That's
know
the
with
beauty
Elisa.
of it. You never
Yeah.
know. And like today I was working and I saw a thing come up and I was like, fuck, like this is there's no way to prepare. You can't prepare.
And the
for it.
best way is to join the Discord, because there's a little
Yeah.
bot in there that tells you, Elisa is live, and it alerts you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I came up with an idea. Remember Sigmund Twain?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he randomly reaches out to me, and he was in Hollywood the day that she was with the big woman who used to be an actress and her daughter.
Mhm.
And I said, you should go to Hollywood Boulevard right now, right in front of LA Fitness. Elisa's live streaming. And he didn't do it, but I think that he would be a good fit to live stream with.
Yeah, but he's very bitter right now towards Elisa. Very bitter.
He was around before I was. I just know that him
Yeah.
and Wappy were somehow friends.
Yeah, that they were
Yeah.
collaborators. They made music together, and they had a horrible falling out.
Yeah,
And
but Elisa knew, and this is another thing about Elisa. She knows when there's going to be a row. She knows when she gets these two people together without the other person knowing that it's going to be, they're going to clash. So she planned that. She knew that this was going to cause such an explosion. And poor Sigmund, which I think he had it coming though, because he was a little, he's always been very full of himself and, kind of weird. So I thought, well, you know what? He got what was coming to him, but everything played out really badly in that live stream with Wappy.
Yeah. I don't even really know what the drama is, so I need to go do my homework and
yeah, I'll post a link to that in Discord.
yeah. Thank you.
So
That's interesting.
I
Go
think the
ahead.
perfect way to end this is to ask Elaine, when are you coming back? When can we see you on Elisa stream again?
I'm here in Florida until February 1st.
And that's 100% certain. There's no way you're going to come back early.
100%. So I have people, I Airbnb my place, so they're not leaving until the 30th.
Oh, so you're actually out there for a couple more months then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Elaine, I want you to know that I know that we've given you pushback because we're very protective of Elisa, but you are a fantastic streamer with her. You're like, everybody is just filling in your shoes at this point to me.
Yes.
Because you are her sidekick and I want you to go back. I love
Thank
it.
you. Yeah. I mean, I'm
you,
excited to go back. I love, coming up with ideas and meeting people and dancing and seeing what's going to happen next. I mean, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I hope
that'll make
hears
Elisa.
that.
Yeah, that'll make Elisa happy. Just try and be nice to her in the Discord and in her chat.
And my only advice to you would be next time somebody on stream argues with Elisa, no matter what it's about, take Elisa's side.
Okay.
Please. Thank you. Okay. I want to thank Leaf very much. Without this, Leaf, this was Leaf's idea. He orchestrated it all, and he's been incredible to me since day one. He's not only incredible to Elisa all the time and very supportive, he's absolutely insanely incredible to me and so supportive. So Leaf, I love you. And I really appreciate everything that you do behind the scenes. And I very much appreciate the fact that you're coming out of your shell and coming onto these shows because everybody loves you. So that's what I wanted to say.
All right, well, I appreciate the kind words. And this was fun to
Ditto.
do. I hope we do it again.
Ditto.
Yeah, I think we will do it again. And like I said, Leaf, I know that you're going to get a ton of great feedback because people, when you love it, when you're on here. And Elaine, this is so surprising that you came on here and stayed the whole time. You're awesome too. And you're always welcome on these kinds of streams. And you give a unique perspective because you've met a lot of the players.
Yeah. Well, I love being here. I feel, honored to be a part of this group. I think you guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. And for the viewers, like J Prime, thank you so much for all your support. It really means the world to me. I would love to have you up here. I think you're very funny. You're very great. You are talented. It would be a pleasure to have you up here. You're very supportive and we really, really appreciate it. And thank you, Meyer. Thank you to everybody that watched. When we decide to do another one, we'll give you guys ample time to prepare. This time was just like last minute, but next time we'll have a couple days ahead of time. And if you guys want to be a part of it, please do be a part of it.
All righty. All
All
righty
right.
then.
Thank you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Okay,
Good
thank you. Okay, good night.